Welcome to my studio. Today is going to be a crazy day, and I don't know how much work I'm going to be able to get done outside. The guys are coming to put the gutters on the house, and I have to take Gimli to the vet at lunchtime. So we'll see what happens today. Whatever excitement happens, I'll take you along, and let's see what the day brings. I forgot one thing I needed to do today was clean out the chicken brooder. And since I have all of them out of the brooder right now, I saved you the gory details of watching me clean that out. But they'll be much happier, at least for 3 days before it's all dirty again. But one thing that I wanted to do was test something that I read on the internet. That you can tell the gender of your chicks by the shape of their wing. If the bottom line of their wing is a straight line, that's a male. And if it goes straight and then goes down and straight, then that's a female. So I want to go through and check and see if that's true. We won't know, obviously, until they're fully grown. But just to get a sense of what do we have, and does this theory actually hold water? So, we think that the lighter brown chicks, whoop, hold still, sweetie. Oh, I gotcha. Oh, we think that these lighter brown chicks are the Barnevelters, and the darker browns are the Sussex. The Jerseys are obviously easy to tell. All right, but so, like I was saying, you see the line of the wing there? You see how that's a straight line all the way across? So this should be my Barnevelter male. There you go. There's the food and water. Let's see if I can find another light brown one. So this one, so for these I ordered 4 females. They're coming, hang on. 4 females and 1 male. So theoretically, when we look at this one, oh, get back down. So, oh, that doesn't look good. And maybe they've gotten too big, because that looks like a straight line as well. Ooh, okay, you're safe. And it may be I waited too long and they've grown their feathers in too much. Let's see. So let's take a look at this one. Oh, show the people your wings. Okay, yeah, I think I waited too long. All right, well, so much for that theory. Oh, hello, say hello to the people. Say hello to the people. Hello, people. They're starting to get the little crests on the top of their heads. Can you see? Oh, there's another one. Oh, yes. Yes, you have mighty wings. Now this one you can kind of sort of see it on. Oh, well, maybe not so much. Now when they get bigger, what I'll do is I'll have to come through on one of the wings and cut these feathers right here. It won't hurt them. It's just like getting your hair cut. And you just do one wing, and that will keep them from flying out of the chicken yard and keep them in place. And you only do one because it keeps them off balance, so that if they do try to fly, they'll just kind of tip over. All right. There we go. Yeah. All right, you can see it a little bit on this one. Come on, sweetie, let's show the people your pretty wings. Oh, no. Oh, okay. Oh, that's good. So you can see how it's just a little bit shorter here and longer here. Yes, you're good. You're good. There you go. All right, so that's, I lost count. I think that was 4. So I got one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I got all of them. All right. So then these are my Sussex. And you can definitely see it better on this little girl. Oh, shh. You're okay. You're okay. You see? So, all right. There we go. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. They're starting to get their adult feathers in, and look at that pattern. Isn't that pretty? Now, these are supposed to turn a gray, kind of, well, speckled, because they're speckled Sussex. So it's fascinating watching them change colors as they grow. I need a brown one. Hello, brown one. Oh, hello. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, hello. Well, what are we going to do up there? Huh? What are you going to do up there? I don't know how well you can see. They're getting their tufty little tails in, too. Okay. Can you go back in the box? Or can you come into my hand? Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Oh, you have beautiful wings. Yes, you do. Can you show the people your beautiful wings? Aren't they beautiful? There we go. Oh, I need a brown one. Hello, brown one. There we go. Oh. Yes. Oh. So the Sussex are definitely going to need to get trimmed. Oh, there you go. There we go. Hello. Oh. They want to fly. Ah. Yes. There you go. All right. Oh. Now, one other thing that Crow noticed while they were visiting is they have, ooh, yes. All right. You want to go in there? You can go in there. Let me see what we can find. Come here. Oh, there we go. Right here, many of them, oh, you don't have one. All right, you go in. I don't know if this will show up on camera anyway. I don't know why I'm taking a fuss about it, but oh, look at how big you are. Look at how big you are. Many of them are getting little lumps on their throats. And Crow was worried that there was something wrong with them. And for a second, I was too, because it was just on the wound. Oh, you gonna climb in my shirt? Is that what's going on here? But then I picked up another one and it had the same thing, and I realized they're growing their crops in. And I think I spoke about crops before, that chicken don't have teeth. So to chew their food, they have a clump of muscles in their throat that they collect bits of stone in. And the muscles in that grind the food between the stone, and that's how they chew their food. And I think that's what the lump that we were feeling is their crops growing in so that they can eat. So that's a good thing. Another week and I'll start giving them grit and maybe start letting them out on grass for just like half an hour just to get used to it. All right, how's the rest of you guys looking? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Look at that. Look at that, beautiful. And you can see these Jersey Giants are going to be big chickens. They're already about half again as big as the other two. Come on. Oh, almost done. Can I see your wing? Oh, here's a great example of what I was talking about. Come on. Oh, there we go. Show the people your wing. So you see how it's straight across here, and then these feathers are a little bit longer. So if that theory holds true, this is a female. And I actually, surprisingly, since I ordered the Jersey Giants as straight ones, wrong box, silly. I expected to get mostly roosters in this, but they seem to be primarily female. Ugh. There you go. Hello. Oh, you just got right on my hand. Can I see your wing? Can you see your wing? No, come on, I don't want to dislocate it. Yeah, so that's another one that is theoretically female. Oh, come here. Guess what? The box turns. They're all hiding in the corner of the box like they're going to get away from me. Oh, hello. And it's good to handle them so that they know that I'm not a threat. They were much calmer with the kids than they are with me. So that's another one. Ooh. Yep, show them your wings. Okay. Now this one is straighter across. Did you see? Can you see that? Oh. Come on. Come on. Oh, you don't fly. All right. So, let me show. So you can see the feathers are straighter across, so that's probably a rooster. Just handling them so that they know that I'm not going to hurt them. I'm going to annoy them, but I'm not going to hurt them, is good for them. Especially when they get older, so they'll be more comfortable with me in their chicken run. Last one, you ready to go back to your friends? Huh? You ready to go back to your friends? Should we take one more look? Oh, one more look. Oh, yes. You want to fly so bad. All right. Yeah, and that one's got that same staggered. Come on, I'm going to put you in the box if you'll get in my hand. Nobody's in my armpit, silly. There you go. All right. Your brooder's warm and clean. You've got clean food and water. So I think we're done with these guys for now. So the gutters are done, and doesn't it look great? I was a little worried when I picked such a dark color for the gutters, but I think it just frames the house out so nicely and gives it a finished look. I wish I could take credit for it, but the guys who came just knocked it out of the park, and it looks great. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get anything done tonight. I have to go into town and run a couple of errands. So I'm going to sign off for the day here. I know it was a short one, but I will pick this up tomorrow and continue from there. Well, I was getting ready to do a whoa poor me, I don't feel like doing anything video, and I think my bees have other plans. You can't see it very well, I'm sure, at this distance, but I have a bee swarm up in that tree, and I'm willing to bet it's my bees that I haven't looked at in 3 weeks. It might not be, but I've only had bees for a month. I'm not ready for a swarm, so I gotta go and call Steve. There it is, okay. They must have just swarmed when I came out, because I will have to look at the video to see. If you could see, there were hundreds of bees just flying everywhere. That's how I noticed them. I was moving some stuff in the garden and I heard the bees, and I was thinking, boy, that hive sounds really loud. So I went over to check on the hive and realized, no, the air by the apple tree there was just full of bees. And that's when I realized what was going on. Swarming is something that happens for a couple of different reasons. If a hive is too full and they don't have any room to expand, they'll decide we got to find a bigger space, so they'll get out of Dodge. If there's not enough food, they'll go looking for more food. If it's just not feeling well, it may just decide to move on. And what happens is the queen takes a good chunk of the hive, the younger, healthier bees, and they literally go looking for a new place. So what they've done is they've left the hive. They're hanging out in that apple tree there. Let me show you where. Right there. You can't see it from here, but it's that big blob of black that you saw in the previous clip. And now they're going to hang out there for anywhere from an hour to a day while some of their scouts go out and look for a better place. Now, unfortunately, most domesticated bees that swarm don't survive the winter. So as responsible beekeepers, it's in our best interest to try and catch the swarm and put them in a new situation that they're going to be happy with. Now, since these are my bees, it's also going to save me $200 because the nuke that I bought cost $200, and this is probably at least half of that nuke. I don't have everything that I need to be able to catch a swarm. You don't need a lot, and I do have a couple of boxes with frames that we can drop them into. I have sugar water, I have spray so we can feed them, but I don't have a ladder tall enough to get up to that branch. My loppers got all blunted when I was taking out the rugosa rose, so they're no good for getting that down. And I guess I could take the tarp off the wood pile and put that under. So then we would try and drop the bees, if not into the box, at least onto the tarp, so that we can then scoop them into the box. That lady from Texas that you might have seen videos on, who's very gently scooping the bees into the box. Yeah, that works sometimes, but it's not the kind of thing you want to take a chance on. For the most part, they're going to be fairly docile right now because they don't have a home to protect. You can remember how angry these bees were when I first brought them here because I took them out of the nuke box that was their home to put them into my hives. They said, we don't want to live here. We're out. So right now, the only thing that they're protecting is their queen, and she's probably in the middle of that cluster, being kept warm, being kept safe, being fed, while they're trying to figure out what they're going to do next. So Steve is about to, he was going to run an errand, so he's going to try and stop by here on his way by, and then we're going to figure out what if anything we can do to salvage these bees.
Well,
Go ahead and just cover everything. All right, so what we're doing here, a couple of different ways you can get a swarm out of a tree, none of which are going to work in this situation. Normally what you'd want to do is cut that branch off and have it drop onto the tarp and be able to collect the bees from that. But there's too many branches in the way to be able to do that if it's going to hit the branch and disperse the bees, so none of them will land on the tarp. The other thing you can do is just shake it and hope that they all drop. Again, that's not necessarily going to work here. We can't get up to there. So what we've got is a 12-foot pole that was supposed to hold my bee house, and we're just going to go up and give it a good hard whack to drop them and hope the queen ends up down there. We've got a nuke box to put them in because I don't have a full hive with the top and bottom. I have the hive bodies but not the covers. So we're going to drop them into the nuke, hopefully get the queen in there, and then put them back over near where the other ones are, let them settle in until I have time to go to Kudik's and get the accoutrement that I need to finish that hive off, and then we'll put them into a regular hive. So this may be about to get really exciting. Trying to find the queen, because once we find the queen, we can get her in a clip, put her in the box, and all the other bees are going to come to it. But we're not having any luck finding her, and the bees keep going back up to the branch, which is an indication that she's not coming off that branch no matter how much we hit it. aren't having any luck. We're thinking that she's staying on that branch and we just can't get her down. So Steve is going to go home and get a pruning saw, and we're just going to try and take the whole branch down. So we'll see what happens.
It's going to be hard to...
The queen, no matter how much we looked. But taking down that branch, they weren't going back up, so we're not sure where she's at. So we dumped everything we had in the box into the nuke box, and so right now we have some bees who are going back to the nuke box and some bees who are going to the tote. So we're just going to wait and see what they do, let them accumulate, and then dump them back in the nuke box and kind of repeat until hopefully we've got the queen in the nuke box and we're good to go. So you could see, we were seeing them going in the holes for the nuke box. So we're 90% sure she's in there. They're not going anywhere else. We've been checking up in the trees to see if they're congregating up there anywhere, and they're not. And the ones that are hovering around do seem to be figuring out that they need to go into that box. So we're going to leave it there overnight. And hopefully everybody will move in, and then I'll move it over with the other 2 hives tomorrow. I got to get in those hives and inspect them, so I think that's what we're going to do next. All right, it's about 6:30. The sun's getting lower, so I'm going to go check on those other hives. I have no idea what I'm going to find. Steve says I probably won't be able to tell by looking at it which one swarmed. That's the word I'm looking for. but I want to at least double check and make sure that they're both healthy, not overcrowded. Whoop. See if they both have eggs. Theoretically, the queen that was swarming would have taken or would have left eggs for the remaining hive to make a new queen, which if it did that, that's perfect, because that means I will have a second hive. No, that's not strong enough. I need something to put that nuke box on. So I think we will go the old milk crate route. All right, I'm gonna have to wade through high grass to get to this. So I'm gonna put you away and I'll see you when we get to the hives. Well, I think I named those hives right because they are cranky. And I'm not really sure, like Steve said, I'm not really sure which one it is that swarmed. But what I can tell you is I'm pretty sure I know why. Both hives, the second boxes that I put on, have nothing but honey in them, which is great for me, but not great for the health of the hive, because they should be building brood so they have more workers to keep bringing in more food. And really, if you had deeps on, the first 2 boxes should be nothing but pollen and brood. And that's not what we're seeing here at all. Now, I'm not sure whether that's something to be worried about or not. I'm going to talk to Steve about that. But I put a second box on, or a third box on both of those to give them some more space, so maybe they can figure out, hey, yes, there really is enough space here. There were probably 3 or 4 frames in each box, each of the 2 boxes, that didn't have, that were still having comb drawn out, but they didn't seem to be bothering them, and especially the ones in the first box. That's kind of surprising. I would have thought that by now they would have filled those out, especially if we've got bees that feel like they need to swarm. Let's take a look at that swarm, by the way. Short of cracking the box open, I'm not really sure. There are still bees coming and going. They might just be robbing the sugar water that I put in there, but hopefully they're making themselves at home. So I put that milk crate out by the other 2, and in a couple of days, Saturday, instead of going to the Strawberry Festival, I'll go to Kudik's and get the things I need to build their hive for them. And I guess an extra set in case I have another swarm, because I'm really worried that other hive is going to swarm. The first one did not want me in there. I was okay going through the first box, but the top box, but when I started going through the bottom box, they were coming out and coming at me. So I'm like, all right, I'm not going to mess with this right now. Somebody's worked up. I'm not sure why. I've got the information I need for now. And maybe in a couple of days, I'll go back in there and try and take a look just in that bottom box. I'll just take those 2 top boxes off without even checking them and just go straight to that bottom box and see what's going on. They need a lot of cleanup, but because of the mood they were in, I was not going to mess around with that. And I think I'm going to call this day there. Like I said, you never know what's going to happen in any given day. And I was all set to whine and moan about the big to-do list I've got and how I can't decide where to start. And the farm decides for you. And we just have to go with that. Sometimes being reactive instead of proactive isn't necessarily a bad way to go. I'm going to get this stuff put away, go get some dinner, settle in to watch Bridgerton because the second half of the season started tonight. I will see you, I hope, back here tomorrow to see what happens next. Good night, everybody.